Hi guys, D Stansby here, and I'm going to be showing you the 4 steps you need to be taking to become rich. Disclaimer, I am not rich, as you will have seen from my how much money do I have video, but I am on the road to becoming rich and I am undertaking these 4 steps as well. But let's get into it. So first step is reading books on the subject of becoming rich. I'm currently reading Think and Grow Rich, and I've read Intelligent Investor, I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm also going to put on screen a list of really good, well-acclaimed books that I have not yet read, but they are on my book list to read. These books are very critically acclaimed. Some are really old, like 1930s, 1950s. Think and Grow Rich is from the 1930s, but all it teaches you is a set of values that you need to keep, a mindset that you need to be keeping throughout your whole life, and this will just help you achieve. And I can already see from reading this book that it is pretty obvious that if you follow the guidance in there, that you can become rich no matter who you are, no matter what situation you are in. So I do really think these are helpful. It's not an easy, quick solution. You do need to put a lot of time in. I work a 9 to 5, so I read about 1 to 2 hours a day if possible, and I'm not a fast reader, so it does take me a while to get through these books, but I'm definitely learning from them. But the main thing with reading books, you need to be making sure you're not just reading it half asleep and you're not taking anything in. Personally, I constantly read the page until I actually understand what they're trying to tell me. I've been making notes as well so that I can easily go back and just read these quick notes throughout any time rather than having to read a full book over and over again. There are other avenues if you don't like reading, such as watching YouTube videos and podcasts by people who are rich and successful. I know that basically means turn off this video, but make me the one exception. I'm growing and trying to become rich. So far I've not been a failure at being rich, I just haven't reached the end goal just yet. And then the final way you could learn to become rich is by literally having rich friends or mentors. This might not be applicable for everyone, but for those who it is, this is probably the most productive way you can learn from the rich, because you can literally ask questions as and when, as long as they're open to it. Currently I don't have any rich mentors or friends that I can ask questions of, but hopefully soon I'll be networking and manage to find someone who takes me under their wing and I can start asking them some questions. This step is probably going to seem very obvious to most people, but when I explain the definition it might make you understand why I have included it in this video. So you might think an asset is something like your car or your house that you live in, but I'm not talking about that kind of asset. I'm talking about an asset that actually makes you money rather than loses you money, because your car is most likely a liability compared to a stock that's going up in value and paying out dividends. So I want you to be investing in these assets where you are going to be getting income from them rather than having to pay more money for them over the long run. So like I said, stocks, they'll give you dividends. Real estate properties, they'll either give you rental income or you'll make profit on the sale of them. And then also other assets like vintage cars, maybe. Pokemon cards now seem to be actually appreciating assets.
2 cards left. Oh! We got a Charizard!
But something that is rare, that won't lose value over time and will actually gain value over time, those are what you want to be getting under your belt. So the reason I want you to start investing right now is because the exponential potential of growth when you have compound interest. As you can see on screen, I'm showing you how much money you'd have if you invested $10,000 a year for the next 20 years with a rate of interest of 20%, which is the average of the S&P 500's growth in the last 10 years. So obviously that's not for definite, but it is very possible. And what you'll end up with in 2040, for me I'd be 42, you'd have £2.2 million. That doesn't sound too bad, but if you then don't start until 2030, so that's 10 years later, you will only have £385,000. You can see the difference there if you don't start investing as soon as possible. My favourite definition of wealth is not the amount of money that you have, but the actual speed that you can turn earned income into passive or portfolio income. If you don't understand these terms, essentially that means how quickly you can turn the money that you're working for into money that works for you. And obviously there'll still be cynics out there who'll be saying, oh,
investing's risky, you could lose all your money, blah blah blah.
well, if you do your investing properly and you're out researching stocks that you are investing, even if you just whack it in an S&P 500, you are bound to make money. I can guarantee you that. So start right now. If you haven't got a broker account yet, go and get one right now. This next step we can all start doing right now, keeping an open mind at all times. Now this is where I'm saying cut off your emotions, cut off your preferences, and just be open to any possible business opportunity that arises, because this is just going to instantly give you more opportunities. And when you're making decisions, you'll be making them objectively rather than letting your emotions decide the answer. So I'll give a good example on this because it's hard to describe this without an example. Let's say buying and selling Supreme / hype trainers. A lot of people don't do it because they would never buy those trainers themselves, but the fact is there is lots of money there to be made. Me personally, I've made £1,000 profit in a month from just like buying and selling 5 items. Took around probably an hour total work time, and I got £1,000 profit. So that's just a simple example where your preference might stop you from getting into that market venture. However, one thing I will say is don't jump into something without knowing what you're dealing with or investing with. You want to be clued up on any business that you're undertaking, but this is really easy now in the world of information. We've got a plethora of books, we've got unlimited information on the internet, you can just Google anything. So whether you don't understand crypto but you want to start investing in crypto, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there that you can start watching right now. Take 10 minutes and you'll probably know the ins and outs of the crypto market pretty easily. So don't be lazy, put the work in, and you'll have loads more business opportunities on your doorstep. So essentially start dipping your toes into all the pools and hopefully the money will start raking in. A good quote in relation to this whole step is, facts do not cease to become true just because they are ignored. Don't let information just go past you because you don't understand it regularly. If you put the work in and start understanding more, you'll start to notice a lot more opportunities to make money. Now this is the old cliche that time is money, but in this case it's kind of true. With every passing day that you're not implementing these 4 steps into your life, you're basically locking yourself into an average life where you work 48 weeks a year to have 4 weeks holiday off until you're 65, and then you retire with pennies pretty much.
Damn, Daniel.
Personally, I don't see the attraction. If you do, fair play to you, but I'm trying to break out of that and become financially free. So I just want you to take a step back, think about what you do in an average week, and just really think, where can you implement time where you can be more resourceful and productive, where you can read, where you can start making business plans, where you can start learning, maybe taking courses on certain skills that you might need. Basically, I just want you to fix up, set a goal for the end of the year, make sure you achieve it, don't stop until you achieve it. Whether this be a financial goal or whether you want to own something by the end of the year. Like for me, I've set a goal for, by the time I'm 30, I want to be a millionaire, and that's not just I've earned £1 million in my lifetime. I want to, at that point in time, own £1 million worth of assets. So that's my goal. I've also got yearly goals, and I'm also trying to plan my time effectively, making sure I'm reading a lot more, watching more videos that will actually help me, and then even these videos are promoting my brain to actually start thinking about how I can get rich. So start doing that right now. If you don't, you're already failing one of these steps. The only regret you'll possibly have if you've watched this video and come back to it in like 10 years time is the fact that you didn't start earlier. It's the same for me. I'm kind of annoyed that I have only just started thinking about all this kind of stuff at 22, but hopefully you will start earlier. And even if you are way older than me, it doesn't matter. As long as you start now, it will help you in the long run and hopefully leave you with a better life at the end of it. But that wraps up the video, guys. Start putting those 4 steps into your life right now, even if you put them in your notes page or a reminder on your phone that it comes up every day. Set a goal in your notes page. It really does help you just to constantly be thinking about how you can become rich. Please leave a like and a comment on this video if you did enjoy it, and also subscribe and join us on the road to becoming a millionaire. Check out my other videos, and I'll also be uploading every Friday at 6 PM. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you very much. Goodbye.